Welcome back, traders. This is Fernando from the Stock Lock team. I've got another quick trade review for you guys today, and the trade I want to review is ARWR. So this thing was on our watch list in the morning, and the reason for that was the daily chart. I didn't have any crazy news on this, but as you guys can see, this daily chart is up, and away. So I got interested in ARWR. I was a little bit concerned that it might be a little bit extended for the move that we're looking for. So I did wait the morning out on this ticker a little bit, and once it gave us a setup, that's when we took the trade. StockLock also alerted this in the Discord chat room. I can pull it down here, right here. ARWR long if over 55.64 with a $1 stop. So that's the trade we're going to review today. This is the daily chart right here, and the reason why I like this daily chart is we're in highs, right? We've broken over this like little consolidation range right here. We're in highs, looking for the next leg up. As you can see, every time ARWR sort of ramps up, pops over the previous highs and makes new highs, we get a pretty good rip. So that's what I was expecting in this area, right? We've got this little pullback consolidation, and then we actually gapped up today and opened right here. So now we're over this previous high. So I was just looking for a move to the upside on this one. So let's go to the intraday chart and see what we can break down. We'll work the 5-minute today. So what I was looking at on ARWR, I've got a couple lines in here and I'll just make them bold for you guys. I had a couple lines drawn out. This line right here, this would have been the pre-market highs. Now, ARWR didn't have significant pre-market volume, so this pre-market looks a bit choppy. And typically I wouldn't watch this sort of action, but like I said, we were at highs, so I sort of had it on like my secondary watch. And you can actually see that right here. These were sort of my secondary plays right here. This was like a tertiary, and then these were my main watches. So we've got a couple levels here on ARWR, this pre-market high area. We've got sort of the high of yesterday, and it seemed like yesterday sort of just chopped around in this consolidation range. So because we get this gap and we actually break out over this consolidation range and open up here, which is highs. I'm not sure if they're all-time highs, but it's highs from like a few years back. So we'll just say they're very, very valid highs. So now what I want to happen here is I want price action to get over this pre-market level that we have marked here, and I want it to hold over the pre-market level. So now I know definitely there are no sellers up here or any levels that sellers can really push this thing down. So we can't buy this thing when it's just ripping off the open right here. We have to wait for a pullback and a valid entry, and we ended up getting that. Now, my ideal play on this stock would have been a pullback a little bit tighter to maybe the pre-market breakout range. But if trading was that easy and everything worked out perfectly, it would be no fun. So we got ourselves a little bit wet with this thing right in this area here. You can still see my entries and exits on the chart right here. I was actually considering taking this thing right in this area here. We were holding VWAP pretty well. It was a nice pattern. We didn't show very much weakness on this pullback. Volume started coming in at the top half of this pullback, which would have been these 3 white candles right here. That's when you really started getting a flood of volume coming in. So this is actually a really good sign. You've got explosive volume on your opening range or opening drive or ignition play. And then as you pull back right here, volume actually lightens up into the pullback. So volume on the pullback should be lighter than the initial move right off the open. And then what you want to see is exactly what happens here with the volume. Once the pullback is complete, volume actually starts picking up again from this low, and it starts coming back into the stock. Now this volume actually starts coming in before we even enter. So it's almost confirming that this in fact is a pullback for the next leg up prior to our entry. Typically the way volume works most of the time is you take an entry on the trade and then you wait to see if the volume comes in afterwards just to confirm that you have the right entry. This one we lucked out on a little bit, and the volume was coming in early, which was great. So we take this long. I don't know, my entry was 55, high 55.40s, something like that. And I wanted to take a partial right around high of day, because this very well could have come up to high of day and then just given up right here. And it might not have been a drop that drastic, but you know, we could have just done one of these. So I took a partial at high of day, and that was 25%. Now on this partial right here, I think I got a little bit trigger happy. I actually could have let this one run. So this initial partial was 25%, and then I took another 25% of my remaining position here, which this might be hindsight. I probably should have taken it here because I didn't really have a reason to take anything here. When I took this partial up here, this was a tape play. I saw we were getting beaten up right here. The bid started getting hit. Big sellers started coming in this area, and I think this is the candle right here, the volume candle right here. So you can see some increased volume with sell pressure. So I started taking some off there, and then I rode my remaining up to almost the top here, which was good. And I also saw the same thing. It was this candle right here, where I started seeing some sell pressure up top, a lot of people hitting the bid, and it could just be hitting the bid, selling the position because they were long from, you know, 55.40s all the way up to almost 60 bucks, right? So you're looking at a $4 or $5 move there. So that was the ARWR trade, and when Stock Lock alerted it in the masterclass, he alerted it with a stop sort of below this range. So we know if it gives this range up right here, that's probably a sign that this thing's done. So that was the ARWR trade. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little walkthrough and maybe make some more sense out of it if you guys didn't quite understand the trade. There's a method to this madness, and you know, the masterclass students, when they're watching this, they will definitely recognize this trade as a valid strategy. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for today. I hope it helped you out. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, hit me up in Discord. I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow.